Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Movie Pod. My name is Isaac, and we are unfortunately not joined by Joseph today. He's at work, but that's okay because I've got a lot to talk about, and I can't wait to talk about what we're gonna be talking about with Joseph himself. The Mandalorian season 3, episode 2. Season 3 is getting underway now, and it's getting underway quick. Episode 2 was fantastic, and I absolutely loved it. I had my watch party. I did my live reaction to it, and oh my god, I loved it. I tweeted right after it my initial thought, and oh my goodness, this is the most Mandalorian the Mandalorian has been. The show as a whole, this is the most Mandalorian it's been, and I freaking loved that. There is so much to get into, and as I said, I cannot wait to talk to Joseph about this episode because I am pretty much god smacked. Yeah, let's get right into it. The Mandalorian season 3, it's moving along real fast now. And I really loved this length for the episode. It was around 45 minutes on the dot. Maybe I would say 3 more minutes because with credits, it puts it around 39 minutes, the whole thing. So I think 3 more minutes, around a 47 to 48-minute episode with credits is very nice because it then makes the whole thing about 42 minutes. And no, I liked the length. It was really good. This episode did not muck around. It wasn't slow. It had this start, which the leaks were correct, by the way. Um, all the leaks were correct about this episode that me and Joseph were. We did touch, but we didn't fully go over in the last episode. Um, they were all correct. But yeah, I love the length of this episode. It had at the start it had a Boon to Eve. It was Boon to Eve. And then it got right into the action. You know, all the leaks were correct. It started with a town on Tatooine racing with fireworks as it's Boon to Eve. And so Boon to Eve, if you didn't know what Boon to Eve is, Boon to Eve is one of the three holidays that are established by the Hutts to celebrate all their past victories. And now this particular holiday, the Boonta Eve, the Boonta holiday, is named after, well, Boonta the Hutt. Now, if that sounds familiar to you, if Boonta sounds familiar to you, it's because, in the Phantom Menace, it's, it's where Anakin races he has his pod racing, pod race. He has his pod racing race on Boonta Eve and Boonta the Hutt. So yeah, that's where Boonta comes from. If you know, if it's familiar, it's probably from the Phantom Menace. That's when Anakin raced in the pod racing race. And lots of racing. But okay, let's get into the juicy stuff of this episode. After the Boonta Eve celebrations, we're still on the night of Boonta Eve. Grogu and Mandu fly into Tatooine. You know, we're back on Tatooine. Seems like the only place in the Star Wars galaxy. No, I'm kidding. And Pally is there, of course, and Mando goes to her for a droid, and this is when we get R5D4. That name R5. We get R5 from A New Hope. I believe it's the same one from A New Hope. If it is, that's quite nice. You know, she says he fought in the rebellion, and it seems like he still has his broken motivator. Ah, dude, you know the Mandalorian, John Favreau and Dave Filoni. This is the most Star Warsy thing, especially this episode. This episode was very Star Warsy. It was so polished and amazing. Anyway, he goes there, he gets his droid. He doesn't think he should be taking this one, but he takes it, and it was funny, you know. It was funny seeing R5 in the back of Mando's ship. So they leave then, and and what's his name? BD-74 was once again in the background. If you guys picked it up, so in the Book of Boba Fett, we see a BD-1 lookalike, the same model of droid as BD-1 in the back, and we see him again in this episode. BD-74, I believe it's called BD-74, same model as BD-1 from Fallen Order, which is it's a nice connection. It really is. But yeah, they leave Tatooine and off they go. It's Boon to Eve, so there's fireworks, and oh my god, the visuals. It looks so nice. Palimoto says, "May the Force be with you" from the trailers. And off they go. Off they go to Mandalore. Now, we know Bo-Katan from the past episode that Mandalore isn't cursed. It isn't. But Din Djarin's group of Mandalorians believe it's cursed. They make it so no air can get in the helmet because it's not breathable air from after the Empire blew it all up. But the Mandalorian Din Djarin proved them wrong and proved Bo-Katan right. But later in the episode, she kind of proves herself wrong. But chapter 18, The Mines of Mandalore. It gets straight into it, Yeah, we get a little Boon to Eve little fun thing, and boom, he's off to Mandalore. He's going straight there. It's really nice. As they're pulling in there, Grogu's looking, there's lightning and stuff on the planet. There's a scary planet after the Empire blew it all up and destroyed it. Mando Din says that he was born on a moon, on one of Mandalore's moons, which was nice to know. And they go into Mandalore. He gets R5 to go and search the temperature of the air and all that to see if it's breathable. And he goes does that. He gets lost. Typical R5, bad motivator. Um, and so Grogu's sad, and Din has to go out and find him. Straps himself in so he can breathe and doesn't get poisoned or whatever. No air, no air. But then they get back from the ship. That he gets R5 and he goes back to Grogu and they test the air, and it's fine. It is not cursed, like Bo-Katan said. It is not cursed. He proved her right, and so that was nice. And off they go, Grogu and Mando then go, and they leave R5 with the ship, I believe, and they come across some weird looking things. Some of the from the trailer, the Alamites, Din destroys a few of them. Which was nice to see fighting again. He uses the dark saber. Din goes through some rough moments in this episode, I must say. But he uses the dark saber, and he's still struggling with that dark saber. It's still very heavy for him. He maybe improved a little bit, but really not too much, since he got it in season 2, and we obviously saw him use it in the Book of Boba Fett, which was cool. But yeah, that happens, and then this is where they're freaking out. Like a lot of people are going to draw some theories from this. There's a creature, don't know what it is, but it's the most Star Warsy thing I've ever seen, and it really felt like Star Wars, which was hella nice. There's this General Grievous looking alien species, animatomic robot thing, eyeball thing, and it captures Din after he finds a Mandalorian helmet that we see in the trailer. And down in the ruins of Mandalore, there are tons of this Mandalorian helmets is all rusted up, and they're all just sitting there. Anyway, this thing, it's like General Grievous. I'm thinking, what if it was like a very early concept art for General Grievous, and Dave and John, being Dave and John, just threw it in there for this creature to be that. I think they do that a lot, and that would be really, really nice. It could be because it had heavy General Grievous vibes, especially when it grabbed that lightning stick. Now, when I was doing the watch party, I can't. This is absurd. This is so far fetched. What if that's a clone of Palpatine? The eye. Now, this was all rolling around the eye because we know the eye is the only thing that is probably a living being. We know Palpatine cloned himself so many times and it failed so many times. Every time it failed. But we don't know, did he kill then the clones that failed? Like maybe that eyeball, for example. What if that's a clone of his eyeball and then he gets into a body like General Grievous does? Because we know General Grievous used to be a human being. He used to be a living being, and the only part that was left of him was his eyes and like his heart, which is why Kenobi goes for it in Revenge of the Sith to blow him up. Anyway, I'm saying like it doesn't really make sense. Why would Palpatine's clone go to Mandalore? I don't know. It's far fetched, I know, but hey, that's what Star Wars is. It's all about, creating theories and having fun with it. It definitely isn't, but that was like my first thing. Also, it uses a lightning stick. Force lightning as a lightning stick where it can get lightning out of. I don't know. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. No, but anyway, Mando is stuck now. He's in like this cage, and this eyeball thingy is drawing blood from him. He tells Grogu to go to Bo-Katan. He says, "Go to Bo-Katan," because he's about to pass out. He's losing blood. Grogu then hops away back into his, and he flips into his cot, and he clicks the button, and off he goes. And then he fights. He fights himself. Grogu fights some Alamites. He uses the Force from what we see in the trailer, and that is so sick. Grogu, he's definitely learned a lot from his little time with Luke. Um, Definitely a lot. You know, his Force powers. He's definitely maturing a lot. Yeah, he's still a little Grogu, but he's gonna talk soon. I'm telling you now. He is so close to talking. And yeah, he's a lot more independent. He goes into the ship and flies. Well, obviously R5 flies, but to where Bo-Katan is on one of the Mandalorian moons, I believe. And she's sitting on her. She's sitting there on her chair, on her throne, and her droid says, "We have an unscheduled visitor." Bo-Katan looks out the window as we see in the trailer, and she's like, we must finish him once and for all. So she goes out to meet Din. No Din in there. Grogu opens the little hatch and pops out. And Bo-Katan gets all concerned. Now this is where overall I get this in the end, but my whole view on how Bo is going to be in this season has changed after this episode. It really has. Anyway, Grogu then leads Bo-Katan back to Mandalore, and oh my god, when she lands on Mandalore, Bo-Katan is back on Mandalore, dude. That was crazy. That was incredible to see live action as well. Bo-Katan on live action, Mandalore. She's gobsmacked herself. She's like, this place used to be a beautiful place. I ruled it for a little bit. Now it's nothing. It's literally nothing. And yeah, it's crazy how the Mandalorian culture is still alive, with Mandalore literally being nothing now, the home planet. So it's crazy, man. And anyway, she goes there, and it's really nice, Bo-Katan and little Grogu moments together. They're cute together. And, bro, Bo-Katan, she's like mid-60s. She's looking good. She's looking fine for mid-60s, I must say. Anyway, they go on an adventure. They fight a few Elamites, and that's when we get their name. And then they find Din. They find Din, and he obviously is still getting blood drawn from him. There's a big eyeball guy, and she gets knocked to the ground by it, as it's using lightning. And then she uses a little grappler to grab the dark saber, which is on the ground. And okay, my whole thing didn't get out of here with the dark saber. Bo-Katan is sick with the dark saber. She knows how to use it. She's experienced. She is sick with the dark saber. She can. It's not too heavy for her. She can hold it. She can do moves with it. She is incredible with that dark saber, and I loved that. I absolutely love her with the dark saber. Like, I just have my whole view on Bo, how Bo is going to be in this season has changed, especially after she saves Mando. Anyway, she saves Mando. She kills that little eyeball thingy, and off they go. He's resting Mando. Then he wakes up, and Bo-Katan has some food for him. And yeah, Bo-Katan says, "Don't worry, I'll get you to my ship in no time." But Din says, "No, we need to keep going. I need to keep going. I need to be redeemed." Um, and off they go. Bo-Katan goes with them, with Grogu and Din, and they get to the water, the waters of Mandalore, where he is to be forgiven for his transgressions. And so, this would be a sick moment. So he starts taking his guns off. He takes his cape off, and it looks like he's gonna get butt naked. And Bo-Katan's is standing in the back there. Oh, dude. But I ship Bo-Katan and Din Djarin. I ship them. Anyway, he jumps in the water and starts saying his little speech, ritual thingy he has to say to be redeemed for his transgressions, taking off his helmet in front of people. Anyway, that happens, and he's in there getting redeemed, and then he goes, he's gone. He's gone. He's gone. He gets drowned by something, which dude, oh, dude. Anyway, he drowns at the bottom. Bo-Katan jumps in, and he's at the bottom, and he sinks. So he's using her jetpack to get down there faster. He's laying at the bottom. She gets to him, picks him up, and off they go back up in the jetpack. Bo-Katan's looking around the waters. He looks to her left. There's this thing. We see its eyeball. It moves. They speed up ahead. The mythosaur ain't so mythical anymore. The mythosaur ain't so mythical anymore. That is right. That was a mythosaur, wasn't it? That was freaking a mythosaur, and we're gonna see Bo-Katan riding a mythosaur, and everyone in Mandalore would look up to her like Boba rode the Rancor in the Book of Boba Fett finale. Dude, oh dude. Okay, Bo-Katan, I thought she was going to be so angry within this season. You know, they weren't going to get along, but I really do think they're going to get along very good, and I ship them together. I'm saying it now. I think, they have a strong connection, and, yeah, I don't think she's going to be the enemy no longer this season. And, bro, the Mythosaur ain't so mythical anymore. It's just, Mythosaur is just now, I guess, a Osaur. It's just the Osaur. Dude, it's got to be the Mythosaur, right? That is freaking insane. You know how insane that is? Nah, nah. I'm not like, bro. It's freaking crazy. Anyway, yeah. That's my recap on the episode. Now let me get into the review. Freaking loved it. I give my score for it. I think I give it like a 9 out of 10. It was so Star Warsy. I'm so hyped up right now. It's probably 8.5. I gotta give it a 9. I'm sorry. That was freaking incredible. This is where I always said that this season was gonna be the most Mandalorian season, and it looks like it will be. Yeah, we're gonna go to the Jedi Temple, with Order 66 flashbacks. We're gonna go to Coruscant and all that, which will be hella nice. I can't wait. But man, live action, torn apart. Mandalore was freaking incredible to see, dude. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Now, for the next episode, I think it's going to continue with Bo and Din. I hope so. Maybe at the end they go to Coruscant. However, I think the Coruscant episode with Dr. Pershing will be an all-in-one with the Order 66 flashbacks. I hope it will be episode 4. I think it will be because that's the one Dave is writing. Otherwise, it'll be episode 6 he's writing as well, or 7. Anyway, yeah, episode 3, I think it could pick up with Din and Bo. And then, at the end of episode 3, Grogu and Din have to, for whatever reason, have to go to Coruscant. Now, Coruscant is the episode where we see Dr. Pershing from the trailer. He's on Coruscant. And then maybe Mando and Grogu are following Dr. Pershing through Palpatine's headquarters, because we know that the whole goal is Palpatine being cloned. And Palpatine's headquarters, we know he took over the Jedi Temple. So what if they're going through the Jedi Temple? And the door, they walk through a door, and then Grogu has that flashback of Order 66, and we get a long-ass flashback of Order 66. I'm just saying, that'd be quite sick. And it's got to be Dave Filoni's episode, right? But anyway, guys, I want to get this review up for you. Quick 20-minute episodes. I like when it's just me. Sorry if I'm so loud right now. But when it's just me, no Joseph, I want to keep the reviews around 20 minutes. I did that for The Last of Us. But guys, let me know what you thought of that episode of The Mandalorian. I thought it was incredible. I absolutely loved it. Why is there a shadow on my face? There we go. I absolutely loved it. Let me know what you thought, and I cannot wait for episode 3 next week. Mandalorian is back. Star Wars is back, baby. Also, some new Star Wars Celebration will be live streamed, baby. So, Joseph and I will have updates every single day for Star Wars Celebration. They're live streaming on YouTube. It was all fake. The news was fake. So, that is a relief to hear. But let me know what you thought about that episode of The Mandalorian. I absolutely loved it. I loved it, bro. Star Wars is back, and that was hella fun. New Bad Batch episode is out. I saw Theory talking about it. After I rewatched Mandalorian episode 2, went to Theory stream, and he just finished the episode of Bad Batch, and he really loved it. What's happening to my mic? He's really loved it, and yeah, that's good news. I really want to watch it. I might watch it tonight, but I might wait for Joseph to do that review with me, so might watch it tomorrow. 65 is a movie this week, so we'll be seeing it sometime this week in our review art. But let me know what you thought of that episode of The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 2, The ruins of Mandalore was what the mines. The mines of Mandalore. That was freaking incredible. Alright, guys, Bad Batch review up soon, and 65 review up soon. Alright, guys, we'll see you. I will see you in the next episode. Joseph will be back. Anyway, I go back to school tomorrow. It's freaking annoying. I was on exam block for a week. All my exams are done, but now I got to go back to school and starting from more exams. Alrighty, guys, I'll see you in the next episode of the Movie Pod. My name's Isaac, and I just watched The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 2, The Mines of Mandalore, and I freaking loved it. So let me know what you thought. Alright, guys, peace out.